Yo guys, you can tell where I'm situated must have some level of ley line spirituality, because all the time that I'm here you always hear the sirens. Yeah, what I wanted to say is that the energy is kind of a bit funny. I mean, I had a few people that wanted to kind of start trouble today, because even you look on the underground and people just ain't got a clue. So you think to yourself, if anything were to happen, they wouldn't have a clue. If something not very nice happened, if they're that detached, so can you imagine if it's worse than the energy? It just astounds me how people are so pliable and control, But on the whole, regardless of what's going on, we have to remain grounded. So we have to stay grounded. So everybody else can be in chaos. The energy can be, say, a bit chaotic, even though it's kind of still newer energy. But we have to remain grounded. I come across some information which I knew already, that when you have war-torn countries, that they have stargates, and there's stargates, I don't know, 12 around the world, and you can be reassured where they are. That's where they have wars and stuff. So that, and what else did I wanted to say? Yeah, I come across some other information. So nobody's ever apologized for slavery, and I knew that Lloyd's Bank finished paying the descendants of slave owners in 2015, and that money amounted now today as £250 billion. So it just makes me laugh. I think the world as it is now, we're approaching the reset. We're going to have disclosure, because since last Friday the public transport has been up, been up the spout, and from last Friday to today it's just annoying. So I think, for them to kind of slowly diminish services, they've got to kind of see how people react, Even sometimes the internet seems that you can't get at it. So yeah, I definitely think something's in the pipeline that's going to happen soon. So I would advise you all to have bottled water, and then when the time comes closer, to have water in your bath, because if you live in flats or what have you, it uses electricity to pump the water to your level. You need to flush your toilet, so if you've got your bath full of water, you can take a jar, enabling you to flush your toilets. Something doesn't kind of feel right, and there's information already that disclosure is going to happen and stuff. So yeah, just watch the space. I just feel it. I just read people, but to me, people are just weird, because you can see who's there from who's not there, who behaves in a certain manner. So I was walking and I saw a girl way beyond, and she made her way, because I was closest to the wall, and because I made her then go around me, then she goes to me, that's unnecessary, that's unusual. So I was in the wrong for stopping her. So this is how they control the narcissist, the reptoids, the reptilians, you know what I mean? It's a funny world. So as I said, just keep yourself to yourself, be in your own protective bubble, keep away from people. I did what I did, but I have to really, because I'm a person who doesn't tolerate rubbish. I sort of did what I did, and then just not even react. But what as I do, as I've said before in videos, when somebody pisses me off, I tell them there and then I reclaim back my energy. I say it 3 times. So they don't even have a chance to cipher. So you might have a little run-in with them, but they're not going to have it. So it's just weird to see how people behave. Because I get extreme pleasure in making people smile, reminding them, you know, don't let the energies of the state bring you down. Always be your high vibrational self. But then there's some people who just exist on your energy. So if they can arouse you and annoy you, it's mission accomplished. So yeah, so I have to really work on myself. If somebody does something stupid, to not give them a reaction, stop them, because obviously you have to have boundaries, and you're not a game or a toy like a yo-yo. People can control and manipulate. It doesn't work like that. At the same time, I have to learn to keep my mouth shut. You know, I don't have to react and say anything at all. Just stand my ground. Sometimes I see people and they want to do, you can see because you can read them, and I just stand my ground. You know, I'll stand in the middle, so then they can't direct, so they can't have a way, because I don't know if crossing you is definitely a kind of a spell thing, so that's why they're all hell bent on doing it. So if you just diagonally cross somebody up like that, that's kind of like a spell, like a hex or something. Otherwise, why would so many people do it? So yeah, all we can do is eat our clean food, do the exercise, and keep ourselves very, very grounded. Because I don't want to say anything, but if the energy is like this, but having said that, as I said, they've taken down one of the rep, and you can fill in the rest of the words of a species down, so it shouldn't be as bad. It's just, as I say, people just fathom me. So soon I'm going to be doing a live, so I just want to know how you exist, you know. I spoke to somebody yesterday and they're saying how, I asked them about something on a physical level, and I should have known that that was just me because of the high level of spirituality I am. But they were saying they're finding it kind of hard with the karmics to cut people off. And I just said to them, you should treat people like dirty underwear. You just throw it away, toss it away in the bin. That shouldn't even be a problem. That shouldn't even exist. So just keep to yourself. So when you, as I keep on saying, when you keep to yourself, you heal. And this is what we need at this point of time, is loads and loads of healing. So when we heal, we emerge a better version of ourselves, and we're all ready. We've done all the shadow work. I think on that note, I'll just leave it. Have a wonderful evening.